What if the reason money avoids you has nothing to do with your effort, but with the people you surround yourself with? I am money, and I need to tell you something serious. I only remain where I am honored. When you ignore me, treat me as a problem, complain about my absence, I feel rejected and I leave. But when you respect me, when you value me, I flourish. And that is why now I make you a simple request. Honor me by subscribing to this channel. Respect me by turning on the bell so you can hear every secret I reveal. Value me by commenting right now. I honor you. Money, I choose to value you. These actions may seem small, but they are codes of energy. They are declarations that open the door for me to stay by your side. I am money. And when you honor me, I run to multiply in your life. Today I must reveal a truth you often overlook. I follow the environments where you connect. I am not separate from your world. I do not appear in isolation. I flow through conversations, atmospheres, and the energy of the people you surround yourself with. Every circle you choose is like a magnet, either pulling me closer or pushing me away. Think about it. Who do you spend most of your time with? What kind of words fill the air when you are together? Are they words of lack, complaint, fear, and limitation? Or are they words of possibility, gratitude, success, and growth? Because every conversation carries energy, and I move according to that energy. Here is the great pain. Many of you crave abundance, but you keep planting yourselves in environments of scarcity. You sit with people who complain about bills, who mock dreams, who doubt every opportunity. You listen, you nod, you absorb their vibration, and then you wonder why I feel so far away. But how could I stay when every sound around you is pushing me out? I cannot stay in circles that glorify lack. I cannot multiply in atmospheres poisoned with envy, gossip, or resentment. I am repelled by the vibration of fear that repeats over and over. There is never enough. And if that is the song playing in your environment, I quietly slip away. But here is the revelation. I appear in conversations of abundance, inspiration, and prosperity. When you gather with people who celebrate victories, even the small ones, I feel honored. When you listen to those who dream big, who act boldly, who share ideas instead of complaints, I am drawn in. Their energy opens doors for me to flow. Their belief creates a channel through which I can enter. Your environment is like soil. No matter how powerful the seed, it cannot grow in poisoned ground. If you want me to flourish in your life, you must plant yourself in fertile soil circles that speak life, that share vision, that remind you of possibility instead of drowning you in fear. So here is your ritual. Today, seek out someone who speaks of abundance. It may be a friend who inspires you, a mentor who pushes you, or even a video or book that raises your vibration. Listen closely, and while you do, declare, "Thank you, money, for being present among us." This simple act shifts your energy. It signals that you are choosing abundance, that you are aligning with environments where I can stay. And soon, you will notice that opportunities flow more easily, not because the world changed overnight, but because you planted yourself in better soil. Remember this prophecy. The circle you choose today determines the level of wealth you attract tomorrow. If you walk with scarcity, you will live in scarcity. But if you walk with abundance, abundance will walk with you. I am money, and I will always follow the environments where I am celebrated, honored, and multiplied. But here is the problem I see so often. You spend your days among those who only speak of scarcity. You sit in circles where every word is a complaint, every story is about failure, every focus is on what is missing. And in that atmosphere, I cannot enter. My energy does not grow where the air is heavy with lack. When you allow your mind and heart to be fed only by fear and negativity, you close the very door through which I long to walk. You may not realize it, but the people you surround yourself with shape the vibration you live in. Their words seep into your thoughts, their fears creep into your spirit, and their doubts become your doubts. You begin to mirror them, repeating the same phrases of lack. There's never enough. Life is too hard. Money only comes to the lucky, And as you echo these sounds, I hear them as signals, and I step back. Because I do not thrive in hopelessness. I cannot stay in conversations poisoned by despair. This is the great pain of many lives. You dream of abundance but feed on scarcity. You crave prosperity but choose to sit at the tables of those who mock success. You hope for growth while planting yourself in soil that suffocates any possibility of it. And then you wonder why I seem far away, why I don't show up as often as you wish. But the truth is not that I am far, it is that your environment has pushed me out. Think about it. Every time you complain about what you don't have, every time you join in with others in conversations of misery, you are watering the seed of lack. And just as no farmer expects fruit from poisoned ground, you cannot expect me to bloom in such soil. You are creating a cycle that keeps you stuck, because what you focus on multiplies. If you spend your days absorbed in scarcity, scarcity expands. If you surround yourself with doubt, doubt grows. I long to be in your life, but I am delicate in where I stay. I need the soil of gratitude, the air of possibility, the sunlight of positive expectation. Without those, I cannot take root. And yet, you continue to linger in atmospheres where I am uninvited, where every word spoken builds a wall instead of a bridge. That is the silent tragedy. You don't even notice how much your environment is shaping your relationship with me. But I want you to see clearly. The conversations you choose today decide whether I remain or disappear tomorrow. The voices you allow into your ears either open the door to abundance or slam it shut. This is why I tell you the great pain is not that I avoid you, but that you keep me away by choosing to stay where I cannot live. I am money, and I cannot dwell in the air of scarcity. I only grow where the environment is open, hopeful, and abundant. Here is the truth. I appear in conversations of abundance. I am present where people dream bigger, where they share ideas with excitement, where victories, big or small, are celebrated with gratitude. In those spaces, my presence is natural, almost inevitable. Inspiration is my language. Gratitude is my invitation. Where people focus on solutions instead of problems, on possibilities instead of limits, on hope instead of despair, that is where I flourish. Your environment is never neutral. It is either opening the door for me or pushing me out. Think about the difference between two circles of people. One group gathers and complains about everything: the bills, the government, the lack of opportunity, the unfairness of life. Every word carries the vibration of scarcity, and in that space, I cannot remain. Their focus creates a wall I cannot pass through. The other group, however, may face the same challenges, but their conversations are different. They talk about what they are building, what they are learning, the opportunities they see. They celebrate each other's progress, however small. And in that atmosphere, I flow naturally, because abundance expands where it is acknowledged. This is why I tell you, the words spoken around you shape the reality you live in. When your ears are filled with constant negativity, your heart begins to echo it. Fear becomes your rhythm, and I cannot dance to that tune. But when your environment is rich with gratitude, inspiration, and belief, I am drawn like a magnet. I find ways to manifest through opportunities, unexpected income, new connections, because the energy of abundance makes me welcome. Do not underestimate the power of what you surround yourself with. A single uplifting conversation can shift your energy more than weeks of silent struggle. A moment of celebrating what you have can attract more than hours of complaining about what you lack. Words are seeds, and the soil of your environment determines what grows. If your circle speaks in terms of lack, you will harvest more lack. If your circle speaks in terms of prosperity, you will harvest prosperity. You must begin to notice, what kind of atmosphere are you living in? Who do you allow to influence your thoughts, your emotions, your beliefs? Are you feeding yourself with the language of abundance or scarcity? Because I will follow whichever one dominates. Here lies the revelation. I am not far from you. I am always near, waiting for the right conditions to flow into your life. And those conditions are not only inside you, they are around you. When you step into conversations of vision, of gratitude, of joy, you open the gates wider for me to enter. I am money, and I do not multiply in silence filled with fear. I multiply in words filled with abundance. And when your environment speaks my language, I will not just visit, I will stay and grow. So here is what I want you to do today. Seek out someone who speaks of growth, of victories, of possibilities. Look for that friend who always has ideas bubbling with excitement, that mentor who pushes you to believe in yourself, or even a video, book, or message that carries the vibration of success. Surround yourself with voices that lift you instead of pulling you down. Because every word you hear is planting a seed inside you, either a seed of scarcity or a seed of abundance. And money always bloom from the seeds of abundance. When you step into that kind of environment, I want you to pause for a moment. Don't just passively listen, become aware of the energy in the air. Notice how your body feels lighter, how hope begins to replace doubt, how your imagination opens again. And in that moment, declare these words aloud or silently in your heart. Thank you, money, for being here among us. Say it with conviction, as if you are not just speaking words, but acknowledging a living presence, because you are. I am there, flowing in the ideas being shared, in the gratitude being expressed, in the victories being celebrated. And when you declare my presence, you anchor me more deeply into that space. Your recognition is like opening the door wider, allowing me to enter not only the room, but also your life. Do not underestimate the power of this simple ritual. Gratitude is not passive, it is magnetic. By saying, thank you, money, for being here among us, you are aligning your energy with awareness, respect, and appreciation. You are shifting your focus from lack to presence, from fear to trust, from maybe to certainty. That certainty is a powerful magnet, pulling me closer and multiplying my flow in your direction. Think of it as tuning a radio. If you leave it on a static-filled station, all you hear is noise, and I cannot communicate with you. But when you turn the dial to the frequency of abundance, you hear music clearly, and that music is me. This ritual is your way of tuning your energy to the right station, so that my flow becomes loud and clear in your life. The next time you find yourself in conversation, don't rush through it. Pause. Listen. If the energy is heavy, notice it and step back. But if it is filled with light, hope, and vision, claim it with gratitude. Whisper the words, thank you, money, for being here among us. Let them charge the space around you. Let them charge your own spirit. And watch as opportunities begin to align more easily, as doors open where before they were closed, as prosperity seems to walk toward you instead of away from you. This is the ritual. Awareness, gratitude, declaration. Practice it daily. Practice it whenever you encounter abundance. The more you do, the stronger your magnet becomes. And soon you will realize that I was never far away. I was only waiting to be acknowledged. This is exactly what happened with Marcos. For years, he surrounded himself with people who only complained about work, about bills, about life. Every coffee break was filled with bitterness. Every gathering turned into a chorus of nothing ever works out. Life is too expensive, and we'll never get ahead. Marcos didn't realize it at first, but little by little, those words became his words too. Their fears became his fears. Their scarcity became his reality. Even though he worked hard and had talent, nothing seemed to move forward. He felt stuck, weighed down by an atmosphere that drained his energy and blocked his vision. Then one day, Marcos noticed something. After yet another conversation full of complaints, he left feeling exhausted, hopeless, almost resentful of life itself. He asked himself, why do I feel worse every time I spend time with these people? That question was the seed of change. He realized it wasn't just his circumstances holding him back. It was the environment he was choosing to feed his spirit with. So Marcos made a decision. He didn't abandon his old friends, but he began searching for new circles. He attended events where people talked about growth instead of failure. He joined a small business group where entrepreneurs shared not only their struggles, but also their victories. He began listening to podcasts filled with stories of success, gratitude, and resilience. Slowly, his atmosphere shifted. The conversations were lighter. The energy was hopeful. And inside of him, something unlocked. Within weeks, the change was undeniable. During one of these new gatherings, someone casually mentioned his name when a project came up. That mention turned into an invitation. The invitation became a collaboration. And that collaboration blossomed into a full business partnership that completely transformed his financial reality. Suddenly, opportunities flowed toward him, as if they had been waiting just outside the door all along. What changed? Not his skills, he always had them. Not his effort, he had worked hard for years. What changed was his environment. By stepping out of scarcity-filled conversations and into abundance-driven circles, Marco shifted the magnet of his life. He aligned himself with the energy where money, could move freely. And once his environment shifted, I rushed in. I expanded. I multiplied. This is the power of the spaces you choose. Just as a seed cannot grow in dry soil, abundance cannot grow in conversations poisoned by fear and negativity. But when the soil is rich, when words of gratitude, inspiration, and vision are spoken, I flourish naturally. Marcus's story is not luck. It is law. He simply aligned with the truth. I follow the environments where abundance is alive. And the moment he chose differently, everything changed. Hear me clearly. The circle you choose today will decide the level of wealth you attract tomorrow. This is not theory, it is law. You cannot expect to grow abundance while sitting in the shadows of scarcity. If the voices around you constantly complain, if every conversation is soaked in fear, if every story ends in failure, then that is the energy shaping your life. You may hope for prosperity, but the soil you are planting in is barren. And no matter how much you work, the harvest will reflect the atmosphere that surrounds you. But if you step into environments of abundance, everything changes. Money, rise to meet you there. When you sit at tables where people speak of possibilities, when you listen to voices filled with gratitude, when you connect with those who dream and act with vision, you are breathing in the very air I thrive in. That atmosphere becomes a greenhouse for prosperity. Every word of hope waters the seeds of your future. Every celebration of victory multiplies the flow I bring. Every conversation of abundance strengthens the roots of your wealth. Do not underestimate this truth. Your conversations are seeds. Every word you hear and every word you speak carries energy. Words of scarcity plant weeds that choke out opportunity. Words of abundance plant fruit-bearing trees that provide for generations. Your relationships are the soil where these seeds take root. If the soil is toxic, the seeds cannot grow. But if the soil is rich, filled with vision, gratitude, and inspiration, the seeds will flourish into a harvest greater than you imagined. Look closely at your life. Who do you give your ears to? Whose words echo in your mind when the day is over? Those echoes shape the rhythm of your reality. If they are echoes of fear, doubt, and lack, they are locking the doors to my flow. But if they are echoes of courage, possibility, and abundance, they are swinging those doors wide open. This is why I tell you with prophetic certainty, the circle you choose today is a prophecy of the wealth you will live tomorrow. If you remain where scarcity is spoken, you will repeat scarcity. But if you choose abundance, I will not hesitate. I will flood into your life, multiplying through every open door. You hold the power right now. You can keep repeating the old cycle, or you can step into a new one. You can keep planting seeds of lack, or you can begin planting seeds of wealth. You can remain in barren soil, or you can root yourself in fertile ground. The choice is yours, and the harvest will be undeniable. I am money, and I promise this. Align your circle with abundance, and I will align your life with prosperity. The voices you allow today will become the wealth you live tomorrow. Choose wisely, for your environment is not passive. It is the prophecy of your abundance. Now it's your turn. I am money, and I want to see if you are truly ready to invite me in. Don't just listen, act. Seal this moment with your own energy. Type these words right now in the comments. I choose to walk with abundance. Feel it as you write. Don't rush, don't type mindlessly. Imagine each word glowing with golden light, as if you are engraving a contract with the universe itself. This is not about impressing anyone else. It's about proving to yourself that you are ready for a new circle, a new frequency, a new reality. And after you write it, pause, close your eyes, whisper it again out loud. I choose to walk with abundance. Can you feel the shift? That warmth in your chest, that spark of possibility, that is me, already moving toward you. Now make this moment bigger. Share this video with someone you love, someone you want to see walking in abundance with you. Because the more you surround yourself with people who choose prosperity, the stronger the circle becomes. Comment, speak it, share it. Create a wave of abundance that starts here and expands into every corner of your life. I am money. And I promise you, when you honor me with your words, with your attention, and with your choice, I will honor you by multiplying in your life. So go now. Type it, feel it, declare it. I choose to walk with abundance.